Say, nah, you're like, I'm got a hoodie on it. What's going on, though? It's your boy Loso 2.0, the business prophet himself. Opening up the new year with some great content for you guys. I want to first start with talking about 2020. It finally came to an end. That year was the longest year of my life. I promise you not. I really realized Kobe died in the same year. It was just too much. Things happened. Nipsey, I believe, what's his name? Juice World died at the end of 2019, but it was just a lot going on 2020. And with everything going on, no one stops to think about what have they accomplished this year. What have you accomplished this year? I know for one, I'm about to break down a list of you 21 things that I accomplished this year. Not to brag though, but to show you how much you can get done in a year, even with all this stuff. And honestly, a lot of this stuff that I'm about to explain to you guys, I accomplished it over the span of 6 months. You might have a list. You should have a list twice as long if you really break down the battles that you have won. Most of these, when I say 6 months, most of these actually came after I graduated college, which to me proves, not just from the books that I read about how pointless college is, but from experience, that college was a waste of time to me. It might have been holding me back. That might not be the same for you. Maybe you want to be a lawyer, doctor, or maybe you just love college. College taught me some things. I'm not going to say it didn't, but graduating college and actually looking back at what I accomplished this year, I see that it was holding me back. So I'm going to break it down. 21 things. For one, I went through a whole year's. Actually, I don't know anybody who's done this, but I actually went through my New Year's resolution. I began to read, not every day, but I built the habit out of it. Because, you're going to make mistakes. So I have been making mistakes of not reading, but I've read majority of the year. Secondly, I graduated college. Now, that's not a big accomplishment for me, but for a lot of people, that's like, whoa, you graduated college, bro. That's a big thing. Not especially when I'm not using my degree. I see it as just waste of time, but it's an accomplishment. I completed a copywriting program for third. That was my first copywriting program completed, and I'm still continuously in a copywriting camp. It's copywriting academy, but that was an accomplishment for me. It was a $3,000 course. I completed it. It was a struggle. I'm telling you, it started, I want to say at like 8 every night or 6, and it could last till 12 o'clock midnight or 2 in the morning. It was a lot. Fourth, I stayed consistent with copywriting through the entire year. I used to have shiny object syndrome. It was trading, then it was Market America, then it was this, that, and the third. I stay consistent with copywriting through the whole year. You can ask my woman. Fifth, I got better at copywriting. I actually know what I'm doing. When I first started, I thought copywriting was a trademark. Now I see landing pages, writing, the written word closing through the written word. Six, I actually got clients who are giving me testimonies and network connections. So I'm changing my environment, and I have proof that I actually know what I'm doing in it. And I'm also getting results and generating some type of results, leads, revenue, whatever that they need. Seventh, I got a job. Now, that might not be a cost for some, but especially in a pandemic that we're in right now, I'm not saying a job's in the world. Like, I do want to be an entrepreneur and quit my job, but maybe eventually. But right now, that is a good thing for me. That was a huge jump for me. Getting 9 to 5 and making some money, especially when I was making $200 a month from being an RA. Big achievement. Next, I stayed at a job for half the year, going on 7 months now. Coming from a family where that's not really a consistent thing, where people jump from job to job to job to job. Staying at a job 7 months is a great thing for me. I became a better man for my woman, and our relationship is at the best that's ever been. Not saying that I was a bad man to my woman. I'm saying that the relationship has gotten progressively better, where in a lot of relationships, it might go progressively worse. It might be the opposite. Next, I started boxing, and I'm also going to compete in it. Now, I'm not competing in it to be the next Canelo or the next Floyd Mayweather. I'm competing because I like to be the best I like to do the best at whatever I do, and I actually enjoy the sport. I love it. 11th, I got room. I got room my own door. This kind of mixed one. I got room my own door and moved out my mom's house. A lot of people still live with their parents and don't have the freedom. I mean, I have freedom regardless, even with living with my parents. I'm a grown man, but the fact that I actually got my own privacy and got my own room with a door. I had my own room probably one other time, and it didn't have a door. So this is my first room with a door. I got better at closing for my job. My job's a sales job, so I'm able to close people now. So I'm learning 2 hang-up skills, copywriting and closing, which leads me to the third one, which I'm actually learning 3 at one time. I joined a public speaking group, an international public speaking group called Toastmasters, changing my environment, learning from people who mastered this skill of speech, and I'm getting better with it each and every day. Now, I also started saving money finally. I was never disciplined when it came to finances. It was buy what I want and invest my money. Now I'm starting to save for rainy days, save for my next big thing, which saying you should not save, not save, but I'm starting to invest and save because I've never done that before. I got better at planning my day. Before, it was a checklist for those that know me, even in school, it was just swipe off, swipe off, swipe off, swipe off. Now I actually built out in 30-minute increments of what I'm going to do throughout the day. Now, I survived COVID and a car accident both this year within a couple, like 2 months apart or a month apart, which I'm just blessed to be here, honestly, after both of those. I got my mentor, Dan Locke, who's a multimillionaire in Canada, stay consistent under him 1 year still. Well, I started officially learning under him in June. So I'm being consistent, but I learned about him in January. And now I learned gratitude, and most of all, I got closer with the Most High, which is a big achievement to me because, I put God before anybody or anything. Now, look at the length of that list. That's a pretty long list. And like I stated before, that's within the span of 6 months. I'm actually surprised when I was making the list. I mean, right now, I'm not surprised because I made the list earlier, but I'm surprised making that list. Excuse me. It was so much that I didn't even realize that I've gotten done until I really sat back and looked at it. This is a lot of stuff accomplished in not just a year, but 6 months. So I know, this is what I mean by I know your list should be 2 times as much. Can be 2 times. I'm not saying it should be because everybody moves to the beat of their own drum. Some people aren't as motivated. Some people aren't doing their own thing. But that is what I'm saying that I accomplished. This makes me want to work harder because I know that I accomplished a lot and made some big changes. Now I can only go up from here. I can't be stagnant. I'm never a stagnant type of person. So I can only go further than what I'm doing right now. So it's time to prepare for the next year. You probably feel like you didn't achieve enough, but you did. I'm telling you, really write. This is what I want you to do. After you finish watching this video, I want you to write a list of everything that you've accomplished in 2020. And I guarantee your list will at least be 10. You should have accomplished a lot of stuff. And it's going to make you want to work harder. And it's going to show you gratitude to what you actually have. And it'll help you build your New Year's resolution. All right. And that being said, 2.0 out.